Hey again, everybody. So the much anticipated July US non-farm payroll numbers have just come in. And we've been waiting for this for a long time. A lot of investors are looking at this number, and I'll explain why that is. But let's get straight into the numbers and see what the results were. So we can see that the expected number for July was 865 new jobs. And we can see that it came in at 943,000, which is great. We were expecting unemployment to be 5.7%. We beat that with 5.4%. Hourly earnings month on month were expected at 0.3, came in at 0.4%. So that was a beat as well. And the same for yearly, as expected at 3.9, came in at 4%. Let's take a deeper dive and let's try to understand what could be causing these numbers. Now, to give you an idea, we're still down 5.7 million payrolls from March 20. Okay, so we're still down 5.7 million payrolls, and that is mainly hospitality and leisure. Okay, hospitality and leisure in this period, July, actually accounted for 380k, which is 1/3 of the new jobs. Okay, which is really important. Now, this is particularly interesting because the ADP results, which is a private payroll, which came out about a week ago, came to the downside. So they had 330k jobs versus expected 690. So a lot of people were not expecting this figure to come in very strongly, particularly given the Delta concerns, a few seasonal issues with schooling and healthcare. But we've got to beat here. Hourly wages have, of course, rose as it's harder now to find workers. So employers are being forced to kind of increase salaries. And we saw 90k new jobs in education and health. Now, interestingly, we heard before from Jerome Powell with the Fed and the monetary policy that he's looking for a few more strong readings on the payroll data before he can start considering tapering of bond purchases. So all the investors are really looking towards this as a really important moment because this is a strong reading. Given the backdrop, this is a strong reading. But importantly, the reading was taken before, because this is for July, remember, before a lot of this Delta started really spiking up. We were looking at the cases in some of the other videos, and a lot of those fears have come over the last 10 days. So the August reading will be particularly important to see. If that's still a strong reading, then maybe that's going to be an indication that we may see some earlier tapering in early 22. But if that comes to the downside, then maybe it's too soon, and that'll make Jerome Powell back off and change his mind from considering whether to taper. So at the moment, it's about are they even considering tapering, not whether whether they're tapering itself. Now, the final point here is we need to remember this is actually the last reading we're going to have before the Fed, the people at the Fed who decide on the monetary policy gather for their Jackson Hole symposium. Jackson Hole, not hold. So maybe this is all the data we're going to have, but from an economy point of view, it's good that we had a beat on the number of farm payrolls. Hospitality and leisure is still very heavily down from this time, March 20, still 5.7 million payrolls down. But that was the sector that saw some growth. Whether the Delta will have any effect on this going into the next period, which is the August reading, we'll have to wait and see. But it leaves us investors kind of in limbo, not sure what Jerome Powell is thinking. Will he start tapering back his bond purchases? Will he keep them as they are? This is one strong reading, but he did say he wants a few. So we're going to have to sit tight and wait for the August one. But what this means is we're still going to have uncertainty in the markets. Investors are not going to be sure where to place their capital, and you're probably going to see that level of uncertainty play out through August, at least in my opinion. So there you go. There you have it. Those are the US non-farm payrolls for July. And we'll see you in the next one.